Howdy folks, Spencer here with a few quick updates. First up, as some of you have seen over the past couple of weeks, there's been an SSL issue over on the STO builds domain. The short and simple of it is I've been having some issues with Namecheap and they want to charge 60 plus bucks to fix the issue on their end. So I'm going to move things over to Cloudflare, and in doing so that may cause a temporary disruption to both Oscar and V'ger. I don't have a specific date yet for when I'm going to be doing this change over to Cloudflare. I need to talk to Kraust and Shinga first just to make sure everything is lined up correctly, but I'll try to time this disruption for a less active part of the week, and I'll be putting out an announcement on the Builds Discord and STO subreddit 24 hours in advance just to make sure everyone is aware. Second, in light of recent events and based on some discussions I've had, I want to see what sort of interest there would be for a form on the STO Builds website. Right now I've not done much with the main domain due to time limitations, but myself and others feel there could be some value in a publicly visible form for more guides and builds. As useful as Discord has been for us, there's clearly a big limitation in that whatever is posted on Discord is not visible outside of Discord. This really sucks long term, as that means if a Discord server or Discord itself goes under, then all of that information is lost forever. So the thought of having another place where the community can come together and post valuable info has certainly been appealing to some that I've talked to. Please let me know what your thoughts are of this in the comments below. Third, this hasn't gotten as much attention recently, but we have started to see the Dilithium Exchange backlog on PC start to rise again, and based on data from Kraust, it appears the amount of dilithium moving through the market each day has slowed down quite a bit in the past 2 or so months. Currently, we're at just over 40 days for an order to go through on the market, and as I type this, I see someone saying 41 days in chat. So with that delay, if you are intending to convert your dilithium over to Zen, then you definitely want to be getting your listing up sooner rather than later. We don't know when the next Zen bundle is going to appear, or when they'll finally do another Muds bundle sale, and with that delay, you don't want to be sitting in that queue when that new release or a good sale finally drops. Now, we have seen the devs engaging in trying to counter the DilEx backlog in recent times. Ultimately, the DilEx is a never-ending battle, so just have to hope that they have some more moves ready to play in the near future to increase dilithium demand. And the last thing I have for you guys is regarding Epic. So, as some of you may be aware, there was recently a big win for Epic and a bunch of other app developers against Apple, which is going to result in a lot of people that are not Apple making quite a bit more money. And to celebrate that, Epic is boosting up the rewards here on their storefront from 5% to 20% from now until August 31st. For those of you not familiar, Epic Rewards is a cashback style system that nets you that percent of your order back as Epic Cash to use 14 days after the order. So if you buy something for $100 with this 20% rewards, that'd be $20 of Epic Cash you'd be getting 2 weeks later to use on other games or microtransactions through Epic. And yes, it does stack alongside sales such as the ongoing 20% Zen sale, which is running for STO until May 21st. This combination of the 20% rewards and the 20% Zen sale that we have going on until May 21st has resulted in some of the cheapest Zen that I've ever seen in my region, the United States. Now, with this being on Epic, there is a disclaimer here. The only people that can buy their Zen through the Epic Game Store is those of you that actually play the game through Epic, meaning you launch your game through the Epic launcher, or those of you that linked your Arc account over to Epic when it was possible to do so a couple years ago. If you do not have either of those, then do not buy Zen through Epic, as your account won't get the Zen, and Epic does not like to refund Zen purchases. Now, how this competes against Arc or Steam will depend on your region, but again, for me in the US, this is the best pricing I've ever personally seen. If I was to buy the 2300 Zen bundle, that's currently $160, and with the Epic Rewards, I'd be getting $32 of that back that I could then use to buy more Zen in the future. So if you're in the United States and you have the ability to purchase Zen through Epic, definitely consider taking advantage while these sales are lined up. And in other regions, if you're able to purchase through Epic, take a look and see how it stacks up against the other options you have available to you. This is a really, really good combination. We've never seen Epic Rewards this high before. And whether you're buying Zen or any of the other things Epic has a ton of AAA games on there. whatever it is you're looking to buy, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could use creator code CasualSAB at checkout. The funds from that greatly help me out. They help me afford things for the channel. They help me afford some of these bundles I pick up in game. So using that code is very much appreciated. I lied, there's actually a bit more news. So for Kelvin Constitution 2 owners, you're probably aware that that model has really excessive lighting, and the name and registry on that are legitimately quite terrible. The lighting is very, very obnoxious. It makes me not even want to use that skin on the ship. Well, this was being complained about in my stream chat yesterday, and Pundis happened to have been in the stream chat at that time. Pundis is aware of this and said that it is on his list to fix. So if you're a Kelvin Constitution 2 owner, you can look forward to this lighting issue at some point in the future being addressed. Next up, the STO Better team has released a new MathBusters post regarding hangar cap limitations and holds. So the hangar cap limitations is something I have complained about in recent times. Basically, we're able to get a lot of pets out nowadays. There's some people running summons builds that have, over 100, 150 entities that they have out on the map. But the issue is, these hangar pet buffs that we have, many of them have a restriction as to how many pets they can buff up. And the issue with that is, you could end up in situations where you're not buffing up your really strong pets. Instead, some of these weaker pets you're getting through traits, sets, things like that, they're absorbing those really powerful buffs, which then can degrade your overall performance. So they've got a nice breakdown here, and I added a few comments down below. Like fleet power is something that STO Better doesn't want to deal with, and that also has the same limitation. The Credence console also has limitations, and that's really powerful for pets. So for Cryptic and Deca, if they're really serious about wanting to buff up hangar pets and those summons type builds, which they seem to be wanting to do based on what they've done in the past couple of years, then they need to take a serious look at these hangar cap limitations, because you're in a situation where you can potentially be hurting your actual hangar pets because you've got too many of these other weaker pets that you're summoning in. And now for the actual last bit of news, Pharaoh has commented on the forums saying that the official STO form will not remain available at all. There's not going to be any read-only mode. So if you want to back up data from the forums, again, you need to do so sooner rather than later. And based on some other comments in this thread, I'm under the assumption right now that the forum moderation team will probably be migrating over to the Discord. So we'll see how that goes. And that's all I have for you guys today. The member list here is a day out of date. It doesn't have the latest additions from yesterday's stream. My apologies on that. It is 1 a.m. and I'm a bit tired, as the rambling and repeating of some points may have alluded to. I'll get that updated first thing in the morning for this week's videos. As always, though, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. I will see you guys around.